For those who don't know, this next mod is called SMPK Insurrection, which is my favorite full rework mod for FTL, created by Slowrider X Core. He sent me another update this morning and said there's some new mechanic or something. I don't know what it is, but we are close to have beating every single of the new ships, of the plus ships. We only have 2 more ships even left to play, unless we want to start playing the randomized ships, which we might do after we finish them. But we got this, the Blackbird. Ooh, man, this is such a cool ship design. Again, Andrew Nunaga or something, whoever the creator of Special Adventures is the one who gave the model for this, and I'm going to assume that Slowrider recolored it for this one. Man, this looks cool. You've even got like shadows. You got shadows from the fins, the lighting. It's just so good. Kalunga, thank you. Man, what an amazing visual this ship is. This might be the best looking ship I've ever seen. Like, just full stop, created by a modder of FTL. Just gorgeous. Alright, what's the description of this guy? Sexy ship it is. Next-gen cruiser, a next-generation bomber craft wielding an experimental weapon with unprecedented levels of firepower. However, its defensive profile is uniquely challenging for its crew to manage. Slowrider did the Type C coloring. Oh, okay. I don't know who did the B coloring then. Did you say in chat the B version? I don't know. Remember Shipcom, yes. So we have Sona Hasawega. She's that special traveler girl who is really good at fighting when she's by herself. And then when she gets low health, she gets an 8-second buff where she goes Hulks out mode. We have a medic. Active ability, Morphine Shot. Instantly recovers 30 HP to self and all nearby friendly crew. Passively restores health of nearby friendly crew. At 0.75 med-based speed, self-heals at same speed when out of danger. Oh, okay, so this is the second ship today. We don't have a clone or heal bay. Okay, interesting. That is the theme of the day. And we have Mafan, the traveler from Into the Breach, I guess. Let's see. Their journey has heightened their power, made their existence highly unstable. Immune to mind control and shock. Not sure what shock is. Maybe is that stun? I don't know. Heals at 0.25% med-based speed at all times. Slightly improved combat sabotage damage. Provides 2 Zoltan power to current room. Explodes on death. Deals 30 damage to enemies. Active ability shield becomes immune to all damage for 3 seconds. 30-second cooldown. Nice. What's up, Bilbo? Appreciate the good luck wishes. His health is really low. 40 health compared to, what is it, 75 of normal Zoltans? Okay. We got a very much babysit Mothman here. Starts with an FTL hyperdrive. Gives us full vision of the sector, but it uses extra fuel. Oh, okay, it can't, okay. Do we get to see everything with this one? This one's like a worse advanced FTL navigation, I think. Okay, this is the one that gives us all the information, the beacon access kit. This is the one that lets us jump anywhere but costs extra fuel. I don't really like that augment. You want to use shield if it looks like he's going to get hit by a 2+ damage shot. Okay. Javelin beam. An experimental beam weapon increases its damage output every time it fires. Full strength, only the strongest of shields can defend against its attacks. 4 power, 19-second charge time. Starts at 2 damage. Is this a point beam? No. So it's this is like a halberd beam that spins up to a better than glaive beam. We have shield drone, anti-drone cloaking. Okay, so it's got some kind of stealth C vibes going on. All right. Hey, listen! What is this achievement? Open communication with the entry beacon when suddenly a holographic image of a person materializes on board your ship. Seeing that the computer system within this beacon was ran by an experimental AI, One that has apparently become bored within its confines. It agrees to share its knowledge of the sector with you before coming along for the ride. Was that random, or did I just... Or is that scripted? Navigator. Double sabotage damage and gains ability to walk through locked doors. Javelin is basically the Kamayari beam from Multiverse with a damage cap. Okay. Navigator is Navi, that's right. It's a low chance of happening when using the beacon kit. Okay, I was gonna say I didn't think that was guaranteed, so let's go get on sensors to start, I guess. I don't really like having a guy who will lose 2 power on my weapon, so we're gonna do this. Upper shield drone, anti-drone drone. Okay, so level 1 cloaking, shield drone, anti-drone. So this is basically, oh, what is this? Is this, oh, this is the feature you're talking about, the in-game speed thing. I can heal faster, train faster, okay. Is there a hotkey for it? That must have been what you were talking about, you couldn't get hotkeys to work. Wow, okay. We basically have that mod that I never use because it feels cheaty now in hyperspace. Okay. Shield drone. Use it wisely, yeah. Yeah, I gotta be very careful about that. Ooh, good dodge. What's your ability to do? Cannot attack enemy crew, can walk through doors, it doesn't repair fast or anything. Alright, if I only take 1 damage, I'll be happy. Let me buy time for this. I love this cloak image, too. Got all the fins covered. So cool. Okay, 2 damage so far. You'd love to bind keys those buttons, but right now you don't know if it's possible. You mentioned speed hack. Alright, so if I want you to heal, I have you stand in the same room as the medic. Cool. Oh crap, I didn't save positions. Wow, look at all these ship fights up here. So 10 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a very potentially lucrative Sector 1. It's something we were talking about at the start of the stream. Oh, apparently I missed it. I didn't see you all talking about that. Oh yeah, Shipcom, thank you. Free stinking weapon, okay. Ardea class Federation refit the Blackbird. Okay, the second version of what the Time Travelers thought the Ardea class strike cruiser was equipped with. The Blackbird wields command of a special beam cannon whose firepower increases after every use and can tear through even the most resistant foe with very little supporting fire. However, the time required to make the weapon reach its full potential requires a powerful defensive presence, and the ship's defenses are unusual to say the least. A basic cloaking device helps a lot, but doesn't offer enough time by itself against staggered enemy attacks. Instead, it's also fitted with Simo H's drone control, granting the vessel the defensive systems of both it and the Nasacio. But that's not the only defensive issue facing the Blackbird. The ship lacks medical facilities, and the only means to heal lies in the hands of the medic. But not only that, the Zoltan crew member is an enlightened one, who, while providing greater power to the ship than normal, lives an incredibly fragile existence. So fragile, so small, so fragile. The Nightingale's captain can at least make up for their lack of fighting prowess, but she's also tasked with flying the ship as well. Exercise caution. Filler commentary. Alt color scheme and Kalunga's gift to the community, recolored by himself and even named Blackbird by himself. Okay, Kalunga did this color. When I was putting it together, I saw that the stripes were the same color as the base ship and almost expected the rest to be just dark gray instead of black. Wasn't expecting much of the internals to actually be recolored. It's a neat touch. For the ship concept itself, I'm not entirely sure just yet. Mafan was created as a fourth traveler, or a horseman if you prefer, to take a place upon the ship. Essentially, he was meant to have only 20 health, but have exceedingly powerful passive regen. Given the ship's complete lack of medical facilities, President was Isaac the medic, it really didn't feel like it made any sense to do that. Cool. Alright. I need to react to FTL Casual Adventures on stream sometime. You know what? Maybe we can do... I never do react videos. But I'll tell you, isn't Casual Adventures like 50 hours or something? You all have to like tell me the highlights, because there's no way I'm doing a 50-hour stream or even over time. You all need to find out tell me what are the best FTL Casual Adventures, and whatever we can fit in 2 to 6 hours or something. Like Casual Adventures highlights. That does sound like something we could do. Not that I want to become a react stream, but if there's one thing that I feel like it would make sense us react to, it would be Casual Adventures. Okay. Whew. Whew. Well, that's a deal. Special Beam Cannon was a deliberate choice of words, and it's not the only time you use it in this mod either. Special Beam Cannon. Piccolo might want a word there. Fun fact, the version of the ship you tested was before you gave Mathon his passive HP regen. Okay. So we did get a free pulsar laser, and wow, you've made Ion Bomb 2 power. And less ion damage. But has anti-evasion. This is 3 power, 4 shots, 15 seconds. 3 power, 4 shots. I think the Javelin's probably better for this starting build. To continue storylines, so skipping around doesn't make any sense. Well, then I can't react to 80 hours or how many hours is... You all tell me, how many hours is Casual Adventures? I would love to react to it. I don't know how the hell I would ever do that. It's like reacts to the full episode layout of Friends or something. I don't know. Well, that cloak was a waste. Okay, pretty good dodges. 40 episodes, 40 minutes, most are under 20. Even if they were all 20 minutes, how much time is that? 20 minutes times 40. 800 minutes divided by 60 minutes. That's a lot of hours. I can't do the math. 80 hours? I don't know. Obviously about what I said, wasn't it? I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know how I could ever do that. Reaction stream, no pause. There you go. How many drone parts do we have? Okay, 10 currently. Alright. We're trying to just get shields from store, as you usually want to do with any shieldless ship. I don't ever one-shot you, so I need to take out some weapons. Watch an episode once a week on stream? Maybe we could do that. Damn it. God damn it. Why do you get to have this stuff? F you, FTL. F you. 85 fucking % dodge. Excuse my French, man. Did we just do literally fucking 0 damage? Because this recharged perfectly? You need to alter the timing of this javelin, sir. It is hard countered by this shit. Hard fucking countered by this. Good dodge, at least. Fuck you, FTL. Fuck you, man. There's some weird passive repair thing happening there. Get me the hell out of this fucking fight. 8 hours, 41 minutes total runtime. Yeah. Does this work on himself? It does. Get me the hell out, man. F that shit. Yeah, I deserve a fucking free weapon after that bullshit. Jesus Christ. So he doesn't passively heal himself. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to. That'll be. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about that. Watch it on stream. I like the idea. Not sure if I can make it happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Took at most 2 hours to watch all episodes, you think? What? 8 hours and 41 minutes of runtime fit into 2 hours? Mr. Porker, you're crazy. You are actually crazy. I'm taking free stuff right now because no shields is killing me. Systems and no shields? Okay, there's shields. What is this? Full spectrum beam. 2 power, 1 damage. Interesting. So we can make it an ion spectral beam, which is 18-second charge time, ion and system damage. And hull damage, which is really strong. It's 2 power. I think I sell this guy. I want this to be my build, I think. This lets me jump anywhere, but I just don't like the fuel cost. I'm gonna sell it. Can I get shield generator and a weapon upgrade? I am 1 scrap shy of both. Okay. Let me use pulsar, pulse laser. Well, do I sell shield drone or anti-drone? You know what I am? I'm gonna sell the shield drone thing. Is that 1 2 power? I know some people like that thing. I just never really cared for that. There we go. We got a spectral beam pulse laser. Now we got a build. Medic has a passive healing. He needs to be out of harm's way for 10 seconds. Do some quick... Oh, that's right. He has to be out of combat. I forgot about that part. Yep. Do some quick maths. Got to about 8.5 hours. You had to watch some. It was interesting, but you got bored. I feel like when I watched it... we are immune to damage if I move you into shields. I feel like I watched an episode or two, and I just didn't see as much of the appeal as other people have. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do one episode on stream one time and see if it's fun or not. Maybe it'll be more fun with people in chat telling us more info about it or something too. I don't know. This is a really strong build now. We are like suddenly incredibly overpowered. Of course, it is 5 weapon power sector 1, which is kind of insane. But yeah, we'll look into it. I'll have to see how I would want to fit that into my stream schedule, honestly. Am I failing? Beacon access kit. Gain information of activity throughout the sector. Am I just getting really unlucky? I got crew. You know, you are immune to mind control, aren't you? You should be my pilot. Well, is she immune to mind control? They're both immune to mind control, but this frees her to fight people, so I'm going to actually put her here. That's 2 sectors in a row where I haven't gotten the sector scan. First few episodes are slow. Maybe that's what I'm remembering. Because I watched the first 2 episodes and thought they were kind of boring. I got turned into Specky, and I get to turn Specky into fire for shenanigans. Oh my gosh, it counts as an anti-bio beam too. Ah! Alright, this beam might be the best beam in the world. It does giant alien spiders. I can turn it into a fire beam when needed. It can be an ion beam in general. Actually, this probably... Does this count for all beam blue options? Because this can probably carefully cut the ship out. Does this count as an ion weapon? If this counts for everything, this might be the most OP weapon I've seen. Only mind control weak member of the crew is the medic. Okay. Good dodge. So if I fight any ships, see any ships that can't do damage to me, I should swap to Fire Beam for Fire Beam shenanigans. Does it also make tea? Man, with what I've seen this beam so far, it can. It also provides fiber internet. Counting every single second of every episode is a total of 8 hours, 31 minutes, and 19 seconds. Yeah, I can't fit that into a 2-hour stream. Slightly over 4-hour streams maybe, but I don't know that I would want to watch 4 hours of Kestrel Adventures a day. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to do some thinking and looking at stream schedule to do something like that. Maybe my bonus Sunday streams that I've been skipping, that I'll be skipping for the next couple weeks when they come back in, I'll want to maybe do something like that. Okay, if I disable his weapons and his clone bay. I feel like there's a good chance for a crew kill here. So we can swap it in fight, right? Fire. Only problem is the spectral. The pulse laser might do too much damage. We have to burn this. Did the Kestrel, because Kestrel Adventures have copyright. Well, when you do, I mean, if I do something like this, I don't think I'd be I don't know the rules on reaction videos, because people do those all the time. I have no idea what the rules are of reaction videos on like YouTube and Twitch and stuff, like what you're allowed to do. Oh god. Well, yeah, that's a really good deal, because I know that people upload those all the time, so I'd have to figure out that, you know, maybe there's a rule you can't monetize them or something. I don't know. What is this? Allows full control over a mind-controlled crew. Interesting. I'm probably selling that at the store. Early episodes around 10 to 15 minutes, with some being under, some being 20 to 25, and the finale being 40 minutes. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, sounds like something I might do. I make no promises, but... Oh yeah, I know. I mean, there wouldn't be hundreds of thousands of reaction videos on YouTube if there was copyright strikes against all of them. I've watched some music ones about, you know, people reacting to, you know, like pentatonics and stuff like that. I've never really wanted to do any reaction videos, but with me being an FTL streamer, I feel like it would actually kind of make sense to do something like that. I don't know. Especially with so many people telling me that I need to watch Kestrel Adventures, like, so many times. Okay. Don't let them get away. Alright, well, will your ship burn down before I can crew kill you? I think probably yes. Okay, he's standing in the fire. That's good. You're dead. Only one more system to burn down, so as long as this is before the fire hits. Got him! Nice. Reaction videos are problematic when it's anime or movies. Okay. 35 for Mercy Power. Fibo reacts to Rand playing FTL videos coming up. You know what? I would allow it. You can even monetize that content. I give you my consent. I don't know who would watch you reacting to my FTL videos, but perfectly fine with it. Reaction videos don't get strikes because they only listen to small segments of the songs at the time. Not the ones that I do. That I've watched. Let's see. What's the artillery? This is dependent on what ship we're flying. I don't know what the artillery would be on this ship, but I probably don't want it. I think I just take emergency power, and we have 2 slots, so I can go hacking mind control. Oh yeah, heal bay, clone bay. Do I go super high risk and not buy a clone bay? Watch this. Next he's gonna say F missiles. I would only allow it because I know you would be giving money back via gifts and subs. No way, Playboy. Are we on SMPK or is this another view ship? This is SMPK Insurrection, yes. Chipcom did say about the artillery. Okay, let's check it. Gatling laser. So it's like a Vulcan type thing. Okay. Document. Okay. I should get Clone Bay and just go cloaking hacking, I think. Although I like hacking a lot less in this mod because how expensive it is. So I'm kind of thinking Clone Bay mind control. Although buying an NG is almost always a good deal, but in this mod we seem to get a lot more free crew. Defense drone is also very good. I should consider a really good defense drone. Astra missile is actually quite nice, but our weapons are kind of insane already. They say if you aren't good enough, you should teach, right? So you should coach FTL. There you go. FTL coaching. Go for it. Vreed, who's one of the League of Legends streamers I like to watch. I just got their free stuff. Does League of Legends coaching. So if I ever start streaming League of Legends, first thing I do is going to coach with Vreed. Coach with him. If I do that also, you all will probably leave. But, you know, just so you know. Do I sell the ion anti-combat drone? I think I'm going to hold on to it. Until I find a defense drone or something. Vreed knows his LOL stuff. He does. He does. We've been boarded. And I do not have... Okay, I have you to deal with anti-boarding. Okay. I did buy a clone bay, didn't I? I did, okay. Okay. Gale Force. Is she strong enough with Gale Force? With heal, yes, beautiful. She's one tough cookie that... What's your name? Sona Hosagawa? Okay, don't need to dodge, so we can go into here. Always got a clone bay for those free borders he had. Only do one volley. Beep, 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 Well, damn. Alright, no crew kill for us. I mean, yeah, it's just we've done too much. I mean, unless they fire spreads to this, but then they'll take damage. Nah, we're never getting it. It's fine. Oh my god, the dodges. LOL of Legends, Omega LOL. You could probably coach Rocket League to get people to diamond level. It's pretty easy, to be honest. Nice. 1v2, no problem. That's right. Speed up time to heal you. And also speed up the morphine. Nice. The morphine recharge. Do I get a free recharge when I jump? Yes, good. I will sell... Since I don't think I'm going to get hacking, I'm going to sell 12. Let's do it. Civilian or civilian? So many choices. Actually, finally a good choice. I wish I had civilian or civilian in my hard mode no pause run choices. Finally, we got a map. Yes. Even more troll because you don't think speed hack is cheating. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the hacking thing. Command. Do I care about any of this? My weapons are really stinking good. With this beam, I probably will use this as an ion beam, so that means pulse laser is pretty good at getting through shields. I probably want a burst laser or a flak, most likely. Maybe even a Vulcan weapon of some type. Okay, we definitely do not want fire versus this guy. We want breach versus this guy. Breach his face. I mean his hole. Flak Cannon 3. Well, the flaks have been nerfed a bit, so Flak Cannon 3 I think is like Flak 2 vanilla, I think. Maybe a slightly faster Flak vanilla Flak 2, I'm not exactly sure. Okay. Wait, this doesn't do... This doesn't do system or hull damage. Well, chose the wrong one, I guess. Alright, ion. Let's get the good one. Well, it did breach something, though. It literally just breaches. My bad. I assumed it was more OP than it was. Yeah, I do have breaches, which it can't repair, so it's something. Problem is, he's got cloaking and a charged up chain laser. Nice. Now we're good. When out of combat, speed hack is just cutting time. True. If you want to, Specky can be put into power mode and turned to a Howl Burb-like. Okay. I'll look at what those stats are. What is the power? +1 damage. Yeah, I use his extra power. I don't have the power to use that, so. I have to upgrade my weapons. Which, do I want to do that yet? I kind of want to get mind control. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I'm not quick enough to turn on my cough button. Or in my case, turn off my microphone power button. Thank you. Julian Verse likes this weapon. Yes. Yeah. And I think that's a 3-power 4-shot laser right there. Oh man, if he hits my cloaking and I don't cloak this, that's a hard punish from this weapon. Okay, it's fire. Okay, firebomb. Perfect. Say perfect, although I don't know if the fire will go out in time. Very nice. Ion beams are so stinking OP, man. They get 2 weapons offline guaranteed. if they don't have like an extra value point. Bitteschön. Dankeschön? What's thank you? Dankeschön. Bitteschön is you're welcome, right? Or something. So, Dankeschön, baby, Dankeschön. After the Electron got changed to 3 power, this is the only remaining 2 power ion beam in the mod. So this is probably the most OP weapon in the mod. Most OP 2 power weapon, maybe. I don't know. It's a while till I get to a store. So let me go ahead and get 3rd shield. We're gonna be super, super strong here. Dankeschön, thank you, thank you. Dankeschön for telling me that. Or help me remember. Solar flare, no thanks. Cloaking. This guy can't damage us with 3 shields, perfect. So, I was gonna say let's set him on fire, and then I see he bores me with a rock, dude. So... maybe not set you on fire. Especially with a clone day. Let's see what you got. It's only one rock, dude. Nah, until I get mind control, I'm probably not going to keep trying to fire true kill if they have a rock. If they have anything but a rock, I will go for it. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep beep boop beep beep boop beep beep boop beep boop beep boop beep. Whoops! I let you right through my ship. Do do do. Do 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 do. Pretty cool, man. The speed up time thing. That's pretty cool. I can see why Farb uses it in his hard no pausing. And probably other people. Alright. One nebula does not get me extra jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we still got a good amount of jumps. Maybe we can hit the store though. Fire crew killing rocks is basically requires O2 crew killing. It's pretty slow, yeah. Okay. I only have 34 scrap. High caliber Gauss cannon. 1 power, 1 missile. 3 damage. Less replication chance. Higher breach chance. Interesting. Ionic burst laser 2. Slower charge time but adds ion to the shot. That's really good. That's really good. Some decent things there. What's the crystal shotgun? 3 power for 5 shots. That pierce 1 shield. So it's basically a flak, a crystal flak. Crystal flak. Interesting. Is that new? Have we seen a crystal shotgun before? I don't know if I've seen that before. Oh, only 40 scrap for the Striker Thor. It's pretty cheap. 2 power for 4 damage. What? 2 power for 8 damage versus empty rooms? That's crazy. I'm not getting it, but that's crazy. You can get 8 power from a 2 damage weapon. It's rare to see the crystal weapon in the weapon vendor events. Okay. Why is that 40 scrap? That doesn't seem right. You tell me. You're mod. 2 power for an 8 damage missile does does seem kind of insane. The power and the cost both seemed really low. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It gives me an extra jump before the store. Distress Beacon with ship fight, though. Or with ship could be like a non-ship fight. I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, somebody I see I'm friends with just logged into Lego Harry Potter. I didn't know that was a thing. Lego Harry Potter is a game? Wow, the front part of the ship is just Vent Central. I like it. I didn't know there was Lego Harry Potter. Oh, that's way too early. Okay. They're getting away! Shoot them! It's meant to be 60 scrap, the cost the same as the salvaged version. That's supposed to be 60, not 40. Gotcha. Distraction boys, I mean, that's really good scrap because I can sell it. Lego Harry Potter sounds like something from a long time back. Yeah, maybe it's an older thing that I just never knew existed. Actually, I can still go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These overlapping lines are a little hard to see, but I think I can go 1, 2, store, 4, 5. Let's do that. Okay, Lego Star Wars, why not there, Lego Harry Potter? Well, I mean, it seems great, but it sounds like it would be fun. I just didn't know it existed. That's why I was surprised. Just saw it pop up. Yeah, you are actually the only one who can be mind controlled. So, the Spectral Beam one-shot Zoltan Shield. Yes, it does. Okay. Let me see if this is a crew killable. Nah. Again, until I get mind control. I believe that came out in the PS3 era. Your kids loved it. Okay. I played plenty of Star Wars, Lego Star Wars. So, I'm sure the Lego Harry Potter is a lot of fun. What's up, Bulba? How to count. Quan Tooth Reef 4. Okay. Just realized that there is a chance that giving up can give you an augment. Still not worth you assume with this view. Looking up the wiki, the games came out 2010, remaster released in 2018. Okay, so maybe it's the remaster they're playing. Now for something completely different. Let's talk about a game I've never heard of. Or maybe I heard of it. I don't think so. I worked at GameStop, but that was many years ago. I worked at GameStop when I was in college, which was like 2005, 2004. So basically after WoW, I kind of stopped buying any stopped buying console games after WoW. I feel like marked the turning point of me playing only PC games, I feel like. Can I hit cloaking and hit 4 rooms? Oh, I can. Okay. I'm on fire once for dodge training. And we dodge. Nice. We dodge it. Because before WoW, I remember playing like Halo with my friends and like that Spider-Man game that I've talked a lot about since we recently played Spider-Man. That was on Xbox 360, I guess? Whichever Xbox the first one came out on. Okay, there's mind control, and that's mainly what I want. Let's go mind control, and I think level 2 sensors. I still haven't gotten an NG. You know what? I'm gonna just buy an NG. Now that I've bought crew, we're about to just get all the free crew, probably. Blue options then lets me potentially get fire beam crew kills. This track gives me Into the Breach vibes, the instruments. Unsurprisingly, Ben Prunty's music sounds like Ben Prunty's music. But after having played Into the Breach again, I'm hearing some of the same instrumentation and stuff that Into the Breach had in FTL. Yeah, I'll just take a lot of fuel. I like 9 free fuel. I mean, I just got 9, but I don't think I'm gonna need that many drone parts. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting it. Stores also need to check for defense drone. We'll have double missile defense that way. NG or slug? Well, I did just get an NG for blue options. But do I want a bunch of NG stores? Honestly, I think I'd rather go slug, even if I have to upgrade O2 for the potential scrap gains. Oh, and I actually forgot to sell my beacon access kit. But maybe I don't sell it. On that beacon access kit. Distraction boys. O2 upgrade. One of the few things that was buffed is the lower cost of O2 upgrade in this mod. I think it's 25 in vanilla. Well, this guy is very optimistic about this Ion getting his beams through shields. Do I try to fire beam this guy? Man, I need a slug to try to crew kill. I'll do this. Wow, they're actually using their temporal manipulator. I'm gonna turn on a fire beam. See if we can do some sort of crew killage here. Yeah, you want to burn us out? Let me show you how to burn somebody out. What I will say is mind control plus no slug and a nebula is not going to make for us having a lot of luck with crew killing, I feel like. Fire crew killing anyway. Slow down the time in there, that's interesting. Get a fire in there so they're not repairing it. So we just need to kind of watch what they're running around to. They're running around a lot, which I think is a good sign. Wow, the fire burned the shield down at the worst time. I was actually trying to avoid doing extra damage there. Got him! Alright, that might be the first time I've set fire to the slug ship that was trying to set fire to me. I will even sit here and let O2 burn down to death. Yo, dog, you want to burn me out? Let me show you how it's done. Well, bam! Turnabout is sweet play. What is... What? 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 I don't know. There's a saying there about turnabout is something, and I can't remember how it goes. But turnabout is sweet play. Eat it. That's what I say to you. Again, this guy I don't think can do damage to me. We're going to burn out all the slugs. We're going to out-slug the slugs. They didn't hear the prophecy that would say they'd die to a weapon they wielded. That's right. The prophecy has been fulfilled. A bow has been put on a kitty's head. Wow, I feel like they put that fire out really fast. Their mistake. That's right. Their mistake. Okay, that's going down. That means that fire stayed on. Okay. The only bad part is without a slug, we can't see the slugs burning. My only regret in burning slugs is that I cannot see the burning of the slugs. Beautiful. Oh, double reward for it too. Well, if there's a slug available at the store, I will definitely get a slug. I cured them with their own medicine. That's right. They are running. Okay, so let me do the ion. Man, this being able to change your weapons is just so OP in the fight. So strong. Oh, it's the Pierce guy. I hate this guy. I hate that guy. Hey Slug, give us a play-by-play and excruciating detail of how we're sizzling you, brethren. Sizzling your brethren. Oh, yes. Yes. Don't hit my weapons. These frickin' phasing ions are terrifying. Get wrecked. I mean, slugs kill slugs all the time. Slug on slug violence. It's a real problem. He'd be fine with it. He'd probably laugh right with us. That guy smells like chicken. I can smell him from this other ship. Weapon toolkit. Slug for sale. Do I... So, Slow Rider, can you weapon toolkit adaptable weapons? You can't, right? If I'm not mistaken, you can't weapon toolkit adaptable weapons. Yeah, maybe. I think I don't want to sell distraction buoys, actually. Okay. I can weapon toolkit the pulse laser. Although, honestly, I kind of just want to get the charge booster so everything's faster. I think I want to do this and buy the slug so I can see them burning in their own juices. What? Did I say that out loud? Sorry. Okay, that allows for a silly device. So many mind control immune people on our ship. The run has been blessed. Bless us with thy silly deviceness. You changed the font so it's small enough to fit all of Silly Device's name on there. Gotta love that. I can't really afford anything else. Our weapons are looking good. I'm probably going to need to upgrade these at some point. Have I ever hit dismiss instead of clicking on the rename field? I might have, but I'm pretty sure that they always ask, are you sure, before I do that. So I don't know if I've ever done that and actually dismissed anybody. Double bombs, eh? Oh, speaking of being set on fire. Oh, well, I probably deserve that. Probably. Is this double fire missiles? Okay. You know, I can't even fault you for that. I've been burning everybody else. I probably deserve the fire in my slug person. The ship kind of looks like the R-Wing from Star Fox. If updated graphics to modern day, you like it a lot. Oh yeah. I don't know if you know this zombie shop or if you're just joining, but this is the ship created, the ship model created by the Perpetual Adventures author, gifted to the community of FTL. you have the mind control, so kill your friends. I want to get your missiles offline before I start setting fire to things. Fun dodges. Okay. There. Fire. Beautiful. Missile is back online though. Of course it is. I don't know if I can crew kill this with 3 health left. I'll try once, since that'll be the time I'll have to cloak like 1 missile. Mind control makes this so much better. So much more possible, I would say. 89%, please. Thank you. That was my weapons I was trying to hit. Ah, dead from the fire anyway. Okay. Trial by fire, dead by fire. Let's get 1 more power. Now I get all my systems online. We can always open an inn, the Burning Slug. We could. You're gonna head out? Alright, have a great night, Inn. We'll see you next time. The Burning Slug. Hey, slug value. Slug value. Oh, that weapon is terrifying. I need to cloak that. Okay, we're definitely going to go for a crew kill here. But I need to get this weapon offline. We have a really good fire area here. Click that. And use your... No, that was the wrong thing. That's what I meant to do. Have your abilities up, we do this. Mind control once you go in here. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. Yo, dog, your ship's on fire. Waiting for the shields to burn so I don't have to fire any more pulse lasers because I need to kill his ship without... I mean, kill his crew without killing his ship. Which can be difficult. This should work, though. There we go. Yeah, go kill him. Perfect. Beautiful. You cannot run from the fire beam? You cannot run from this? O2 being down messes with the fires. It's fine, it's fine. Just gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. Fire killing is an art. Is this another thing that pierces? Or phases, I guess maybe they call it. Yes, it does. Yeah, but far too late. Yeah, I'm not gonna burn these guys down. I'm impatient here. Poor crew. Probably wouldn't actually take that long because I can't mind control them. Finish him. It's also less fun when I can't see them in the pulsar, you know? I mean in the solar, in the nebula. Peekaboo. With 62 scrap, is there any reason to go to the store? Sell beacon access kit or distraction buoys for the better version of this is the whatever it's called, the advanced FTL navigation maybe. You wouldn't say O2 being down is bad for fire crew killing. It means the O2 is removed from rooms faster and they die to that instead. 2 NGs, yes. I'm gonna get the bomb down, then we'll go for the crew kill. Yeah, I'd say O2 being down is fine for fire killing, honestly. Just another way for them to get crew killed. Okay, we might control this. We swap this. I swear, these adaptable weapons I think might be just the most OP things on their own in this, in your mod. The adaptable weapons, so OP. Double NG is going to make the fire kill, I think, kind of tough. Although the piloting's staying down, so that's good. There we go. Hopefully this is burning down. Yep, it is, because it went down and they're not moving. It means their health is too low. Okay, now we just have to wait. I hate wait. Guess I can speed it up. Use the speed up thing. Beautiful, we did it! Alright, I did it and I didn't kill the ship because it burned down too quickly or something. God, this ship is so cool looking. Okay, so what was I looking for? Advanced FTL. God, I called it! Oh man, totally scripted. Do I sell distraction buoys now though? I will say I don't like having full augments because if I find a free augment, it's wasted scrap. But distraction buoys is guaranteed scrap basically too, since there's a guaranteed 1 extra jump every sector. How many sectors do we have? 3 more, so it's a guaranteed 5, 6, 7 extra jump. 3 extra jumps. All right, I'll hold on to it. Till sector 7, then it's no longer useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Preheat the ship, enemy ship to 1200 Fahrenheit. Cook for 5 to 10 minutes. Well, I can't do any of that either. I will say the whole augments and trading thing, trading stuff being augments, really makes it hard to actually do trading if you had like any augments. Read the traders into... you know what? Let's just attack him. Why read intentions when I can kill him? Kill your friends. Poke the bomb. I can crew kill with fire beam. It's going to take a while because we do have to get his O2 offline, but we'll go for it. Alright, no heal bear clone bay. That's the other reason I figured we can go for it. Okay, that's annoying, but it's fine. I haven't set fire to his O2 yet, but I need to make sure the shields stay down, I feel like. Reminds you, you actually added a feature to the trading system side stuff. In the shipcom, there's an itinerary that will permanently add info to it when you make a trade for a blue price. So it like will tell you what the good prices are for things. Like save it or something. So you can actually learn about good pricing. I like the idea of that. I'll have to look and see if I can see how that works. Alright, so now we gotta wait for this guy to suffocate. So let's just speed up time. They'll tell you where it's best for us to sell it once you've done the best price at least once. That makes sense. I like it. Alright. Going for O2. You can't decide where to go. Alright, nice. What's your health, sir? Whoops. Fired twice. They're dead anyway. Black Cannon Mark III. Okay. Wow. 4 power, 7 shots. Yeah, it's faster, but more power. This is definitely a worse Flak 2 from Vanilla. For somebody who was pog champing Flak 3 the other day. Or earlier today, I think it was. I think I can get that guy. I think I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Half power would put me at 5, 10, 13. Let's go ahead and do this. Full track here. Oh, I need to turn this back to normal speed. Okay. Alright. I do not want to play at double speed. I am not that confident. I'll play no pause, but not double speed no pause. Have some fire, sirs. Oh, we're actually immune to damage. Isn't there a mod that makes, or an augment, I should say, that makes you able to mind control slugs? I think I remember that being a thing that I saw at one point. Pepe Dance. This might be my favorite of the extra tracks. I was way too late. No surrender. Beautiful. I sold one earlier. I sold, oh, that augment, or did I sell it? Oh, is it the neural disruptor or something like that? I thought that was the one that lets you take control of my control guy. Maybe it does both. All right, number of moons, 7 moons, 7. Satsuki. Welcome aboard, Satsuki. I don't know what to do with you. I don't have any space for you to be in a system. So you know what? I probably don't want my mind controllable guy to be on weapons. So you can go learn weapons slowly. Anime slug. Sasuke. I don't need fuel. Did I open up space? I didn't, right? No, I didn't do it. Let me see. You said you added, let's see, cruiser's inventory, trade records, trade data incomplete. That's cool. I'll have to see if that updates next time we actually are able to do some trading. That's stinking cool, man. Will that save that on your file, or would it only save it for that run? I would assume that would save it on your entire game file, right? Man, we can get a lot of jumps here. Okay. I need ion beam to get through. Well, you know what? We're in an asteroid field, so I probably won't be able to crew kill him anyway. But you know, whatever. Should have cloaked it, but I was saving for the bomb. Must have dodged 0 shots. Lovely. Let's do that. Everybody in the heal bay. Fighting a double fire. It's my favorite. Okay, good. Okay. It'll say permanently just like access to the developer's commentary. Cool. Oh, I didn't realize the developer's commentary was a one and done type of thing. We'll just wait for the shields to burn, because we should be able to kill him with a fire once those burn down. Unless he repairs a heal bay in time. Seriously? Okay, we'll stop repairing that. There it is. Got him! Beautiful. What's up, Hecataris? How goes it? It's going well. I saw your spam of tweets this morning. I responded to a couple of them about increasing my knowledge on invisible ink. Alright, what is he hacking? Not my weapons. Doors are great. Got to move my crew back to where they're supposed to go, though. So many tweets. And sadly, I don't ever tweet, so... When I only ever tweet right before I stream, so if anybody ever tweets at me, it's probably going to be at least a day or two before I even see it, much less respond to it. But I did like the picture that you showed of, like, comparing the different red and yellow sections and what they all mean, because that is definitely something I need to learn. Yeah, so I actually can't use all these weapons together, even if I got the flak, even if I fully upgraded my weapons. So maybe I upgrade weapons once after I go to the store, so that I can use the power beam. That's the halberd light thing. You deleted your Twitter just like your Facebook? It's not a bad idea. I have a friend who got off of Facebook, and he said his life has been so much better. I feel like I'm not as addicted to that as other people, because my addiction is just video games, so I don't have time to be on Facebook as much as probably other people who get, you know, addicted to it. I feel like I'm not social enough to get addicted to Twitter or Facebook. to be honest, the tutorial being bad is probably one of the big reasons the game didn't take off. I don't know. I feel like, kind of like Twitch, Steam games are a saturated market, you know? Like, there are just so many... That phases through. There's just so many new games coming out all the time. I feel like it's hard for a game to make it, just like it's hard for a streamer to make it, you know? Well, that didn't start to get as many fires as I wanted. Black 3 plus Spectrum power is an option. Yeah, be like a long charging but very powerful Black Halberd type of build. Okay, this. My control dude was killing everybody. Killing everybody. Nowhere to run from the fire. The fire and the flames. Weird because in the alpha tutorial is way more elaborate. That is weird. You'd love to delete your Twitter, but there are people that you wouldn't be in touch with otherwise. Yeah, that's kind of how I am with Facebook. Not that I'm that in touch, but like I see what people that I went to college with are doing just by scrolling through Facebook, and that's really the way they get you, I guess. I really do wish I had a defense drone. I do have Clone Bay. Okay. So I'm gonna probably take at least one missile if I go for the fire crew kill. There's one. I take out the mind control. Come on, missile, go away. Go away, missile. Okay, we can cloak that one. Burn down. There it is. Okay. I think they're all really low. Which is why they won't go into any room that has a fire. Though they should one at a time go into piloting, right? No, they won't. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we just gotta wait for the shields to burn down, then we set fire to the rain. Adele sponsors this FTL run today. I also have anti-bio mode, which can pop these fellas. Ah, that's true. I could swap to anti-bio. I forgot about that. He deleted Facebook, so now he's posting on Insta all about how his life is so much better. My friend, no, probably not. Twitter has somehow become the artist platform, which is funny because it's absolutely terrible for posting art. That's funny. Let me get at least the full dodgings. The full dodgings when I cloak. We're saving the rest of our scrap for store. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it is kind of one of the things to do to be like, everybody, I'm leaving Facebook to make my life better. You know, like just telling everybody about it. Just the thing to do. Wow, triple ion Volge Beam. This is actually pretty scary. It's because Twitter doesn't censor anything. Oh, is that why all the porn people use Twitter? Not that I know anything about that at all. Beep, beep, bum, boom. I'm scared of this Volge Beam, actually. F! F! Damn you! Fucking Volge Beam, man. Ah, god damn it. It sucks. Jesus. Fuck this ship right here. Fuck this ship. I'm not even gonna try to fix my language versus this bullshit. Triple ion plus Volge Beam. I think you need to nerf Volge Beam, actually. I think Volge Beam is way too powerful. A piercing thing that does multiple damage is stupidly overpowered, man. Come on with the fucking dodges. Shit game. Alright, I'm just leaving this shitty, overpowered ship. Get the F out of here. Just give me free stuff, please. Thank you. F that ship, man. Seriously. Artist migration to Twitter after the great Tumblr porn ban of 2018. Okay. Alright. This mod looks clean and OP. The entire mod is SMPK Insurrection. This ship... I know I've said this a ton. This ship is the ship inspired by Kestrel Adventures. And how do I still have no weapon training? I guess I swapped out the slug. Oh, missile. You making any progress at least? Some. Tumblr was like, we ain't no porn site, and 80% of its population went, yeah, right, and bailed. I feel like Twitch tried to do that with the, you know, the whole what is it, hot tub streamers, but at least, you know, they've always been good about, you know, banning or timing out people who show more than they're supposed to, I guess. Alright, well that's a map that I don't need, great. What is OF? I don't even know what OF is. Okay, flak, just a good old vanilla flak looks good. Oh, that's a pre-igniter. Oh, I think we swap out a distraction buoys for a pre-igniter. Is there a defense drone? There is a defense drone, okay. Defense drone, pre-igniter, flak. That's what I call store. It's going to take a while to get all that online, but we now have secondary missile defense. Wow, we could have even pre-ignited glaive beam. Thermal glaive beam. Ah well, I'm okay with this. This build is OP enough. This is definitely a dive sector too. 6. 2 nebulas does get me that, yeah. 2 nebulae. Oh, OnlyFans. Oh, okay. We've been boarded. Free boarding plus extra boarding. At least no clone bay, so that's good. Well, that was some crazy dodges. You know, I better keep it on this until I get through the shields, actually. Bomb. Yeah, I always forget about OnlyFans because I've never actually been on that site, and I'm not saying that to be like, I've never even been on. I've never actually gone to that because never seen the appeal. I feel like that's for people who like to stalk their internet, you know, content creator favorites or whatever. I don't feel the need to stalk myself or other content creators. How did I not do any damage to the... Did they just instantly repair it? Ah, frickin' NG, man. Frickin' NG. Okay, my weapons are... They are falling off right now. Any effing dodges and I cannot do anything to these guys. Right, screw the beam. Just black pulsar. Here we go. Very interesting when you think about it, how not safe for work content creators are the glue that holds creative communities together somehow. Okay. There we go. Maybe now. I don't know, I need to hit shields. Another thing was that the porn ban was just super terribly implemented in general. You have pictures of your pet rats that got censored for not safe for work content. Really? Oh, that's funny. Alright, let's go fire beam. You know what? Maybe I anti-bio this. Anti-crew. I haven't used this one yet. They had the right proportion and combination of skin-colored pixels, you guess, is the reason why. Okay. That's hilarious. Stop posting naked pictures of your pet rat. But all pictures of rats are naked. Unless, I guess, you put clothes on them, which could be considered animal cruelty or something. I don't know. That's really funny. There's super saucy close-ups of rodent feet. Okay. Okay. Alright, one more weapon power, 75, and then we'll be looking in good shape with our weapons. Well, if it exists on the internet, there's a porn for it, like they say. I shouldn't have had this. I literally... Oh, antibio actually did damage there. Okay. Let me get... It's actually fire beam is the only one. No, it's fire bomb that's the only one that doesn't get hurt. What do I want to do? Let's do Pierce. Haven't done this one yet. You were joking that the Tumblr autofilter decided they were too saucy. Okay. I assumed. It's too early, but it's fine. This pierces a shield anyway. Beautiful. FTL with pause is so much more enjoyable. You sometimes don't get why I like. You sometimes don't get why you like to make your life more miserable with no pause. For the challenge, I want to be one of the 10 people who have beat every ship in a row, hard mode, no pause, random ship streaks. I want to be one of those people. It is. I feel the need for speed, the need to go for that, to be part of that elite company. And I feel like we're getting close. If we hit 18, we are getting there. And I like to challenge myself occasionally, just not so much that I want to rage quit the game. Because I think the first or second time that I played FTL Hard but no pause, seriously, dude, Jesus, was the first time I quit FTL on stream. There was about a year or two when I played 0 FTL on stream. And it was right after the first time I rage quit from hard no pause, pissing me off. Actually, I need 2 weapon power. So. Seriously? Let me go to power, because I can do that now. I think I get 2 volleys in time as well. I just hope he doesn't actually get out, though. Because he's just in there right now. Please. Oh, thank God. He actually repaired it, which made him leave. Thank goodness. You don't think you'll ever give no pause a try? Oh, I mean, depends on, you know, how much of a glutton for punishment you are, I guess. You might get to the point where you played so much FTL where pausing is no longer a challenge, which is kind of where I am. Where I only play pause when I'm doing, you know, fun stuff. Like viewerships and things. Jesus, these frickin' dodges, man. What do I think? That flak is gonna hit every shot? Yes, I guess I do think that. I should have put this on Pierce. Okay, yeah, I'm never getting through. Give me Pierce. We are past the point where a single flak or pulsar laser can get through their shields. Pierce. And now, once I get Pierce, all 3 of my shots hit. Thanks, FTL. Thanks. I should just stop using the beam. It should just be this. Just don't have enough projectiles. Nope. You go to hell, you die. Bye-bye. Alright, so I need 165 scrap. Get that online. 165. We're getting there. Let me go ahead and do this, because now I can go Pulsar plus Halberd beam, or power version, I guess. Let's do that. So that'll be able to get through 3 shields more consistently. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. And it's also pre-ignited, which is awesome. Come on. Beautiful. Guess we're done crew killing. We had our crew killing fun. We're later in the run where we don't crew kill anymore. No bombs in my face, please. Alright, one more jump, then the dive. Should be a nebula dive, which will hopefully not be too scary. Why did that not work? Oh, because you misspelled it. Okay. We've been boarded. Alright, kill the... There we go. I let him through. I let just the mantis through, which allowed me to mind control him, which was what I wanted to do. Let's do it this way. Let's get you alone in that room. It's not what I wanted, but okay. Get you alone with all the other dudes. Means you'll get your bonus while wrecking fools. Oh, this is a cool track. I don't think I've heard this one before. Morphine. Beautiful. Finishing up a very interesting ship, by the way. Might not send anything for 1 week, because that one can be played in at least 2 different ways, and the gameplay changes greatly with that. So I hope I'm looking forward to that one. Sure. Yeah, if you tell me you want me to play the same ship 2 weeks in a row and play it different ways, I can do that. If that's what I think that's what you're saying. So now if I do this, I can go back down to 2 power beam. Can I? 2 power beam and 2 power that. Does that work? Yes. So go to Ion. My brain wouldn't do the math there for a bit. There we go. Ion, pulse laser, flat cannon. We can go to fire or anti-bio if we want to crew kill now. Beautiful. I'll decide whether it's really worth playing twice. You feel it is, though. Cool. I look forward to it. When you say something is cool or unique or original... Oh god, I keep having on speed dial. I believe you with your experience in ship build designs. RPG. Alright, we cloak that because that's a 4-shot thing. That's the pulse laser 2, I think. Most people create ships, pair of rookies, with a mod called Super Luminal. If you type, don't I have something? Exclamation point bio. There's even a link to a YouTube series created by Biohazard for how to create ships using Super Luminal. So I highly recommend that if you're interested in creating new ships. No, that wasn't great. I think it's exclamation point bio. I believe I did that a while ago. Oh, ha! Your cloak means nothing, sir. Man, you hit me with 82% dodge. That's right, I did. For civilian. Yay for civilian. Okie dokie. That is 3 stores. Okay. See if I am remembering this command correctly. There you go. Some good intro to Superluminal in that video series by Biohazard. He's the one who taught me the one ship that I made how to help me through that. But there's also the, I think my Discord, a lot of the modders use to talk about ships and stuff, so you can also use the Discord if you want to get involved in creating ships, which is always awesome. I really should use my own Discord more, but I just don't. I don't hang out on Discord. I don't know why. I'm not social enough or something. Man, this frickin' beam. Look at that. System damage, hull damage, and ion damage to every single system. That is just busted. Just busted. Okay, this might be a ship that I want higher level of cloaking on, potentially, maybe? Especially if we get stealth weapons. Check out if any stores have that. Attack the Slaver Scum. Probably gonna... You know what? I'm gonna take that. About to say, we're probably going to pre-ignite our way through the rest of this run. Because we are super duper duper OP strong right now. 2 more sectors. I think I'm full up on augments, though. So I don't even know if I could get stealth weapons. Wow, this... Speaking of OP weapons, I mean, I have OP weapons, but look at this guy's weapons. Okay, mine are better, but still. Still, you, sir, have a pretty amazing OP-ness going on there. Do, 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 do. I think these, at least the 2 versions of this ship that we played so far have been the most OP ships of any of Slow Riders, which makes sense. They're the last to unlock, probably the most difficult to unlock since there's very specific things you have to do. So, makes sense that Slow Rider would finally give the player something OP to play. Some more OP builds. Alright, what you got? Anything I care about? Can't stack those. That's a better anti-drone for phase 2 than the ion ones. I will take that. Okay. I probably don't even want to do any more weapon upgrades, so probably it's just skip stores, go for scrap gains, try to upgrade our ship as much as possible now. So, something to go here. And we do get a little fuel and repairs. Something like that. How many jumps do we have? We have probably not 7 even going through there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's do that. I guess the upgrade to my weapons, I could turn this into the halberd beam if I wanted to. You know, I feel like we're going to be able to get some really good crew kills on the boss if I do it right. Oh, man, that's a deal. Even if I don't want to go to stores, that is way more scrap than I'm going to get any other way, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I want to get any more value points? For now, no. How about our medic offers to help? Your medical staff well equipped to developing vaccines. It takes some time, but they manage to isolate the cause of the virus, brainstorm the means to create a cure. You hasten to recontact the colony. Thanks so much. I feel like that's the same as level 2 heal Bay Blue option there. That's cool. You want to be the Mantis. It's a little late in the run, but sure. Alright, that biobeam has gotten us giant alien spiders twice. Sure thing. X7 tech. That's a Y, not a 7. Okay. Uh-oh, half power. I should have known. I did know, and I forgot. No weapons for you. Oh, get just deleted, sir. The medic counts for most upgraded medical options. That's cool. I like that. It makes sense, and it gives more options for the player. I like it. Okay. What upgrade do I want to do? One more weapon power, probably. Okay. That is a big giant missile. So let's let you have 0 weapons, sir. No weapons allowed for you. I'm not even convinced that the power halberd beam would be better than the ion beam. Not even convinced. It's just so good. Okay. Did someone already call dibs on the slug? No! You can be the slug if you like. Food material. No! So, sure. Heck, terras. There you go. You are the most amazing slug engine runner I have ever heard of. And no, I'm not being sarcastic. Why do you ask? Slug power. Alright, so we are in... Speaking of slug power... Oh no, pirate stronghold. Okay, yeah, I better do this. Power... Store. There is, and I do have stuff to sell. Let me go ahead and do power. This. Okay. Stabs ran in the back, handling the engines with your little slug hands. Damn it, I should... How could I not see that the slug would stab me in the back? You'd think I would have known. Alright, what do you got? You have a lot of lasers and cloaking. Okay, that's fine. Because I have a pre-igniter. Doges. Alright, so what would I want from a store? Basically just to sell a thing. Sell a thing, that's what I want to do from a store. So if I do that, all I care about selling, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I think I skipped this store and just go to that one then. Investigate. Take him to his family, we're full up on crew. It's great. Look at the kaleidoscopic rainbow of colors of all the different abilities that I keep forgetting to use, actually. What does Psyshock do again? Stuns nearby enemies for 4 seconds, cannot repair or attack crew systems. Okay. Saboteur. We have a lot of different abilities on this ship. And I never even used my fan shield. There it is. Cool shield, bro. Do that. Doesn't even use a drone part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So. RPG Nerdos does most of your modding in XML, but you think LUA allows for more. Too complicated for poor you. I'll let that hit. Now this power beam is actually, I think, a longer halberd beam. This spectrum beam is OP. Pretty sure that's a swipe that halberd beam would not be able to reach right there. It's crazy. This Spectrum Beam is now the most OP weapon in the mod. Easily. Can be a better ion beam, a better halberd beam. It can be an anti-bio, it can be a fire. Flexibility is the main stat in FTL, and this has got it. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I like that better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that lets me get more jumps before the store. Okay. What's up, silly device? OP, that's right. It's a bit slower. Man, slower for a beam that can hit an extra room is absolutely worth. Especially when you have pre-igniter. Specky's range is 1 tile longer than default for most beams. That's crazy. Beam weapons are so fun, nothing like slice and dice. Well, in no pause they can be harder, but halberd beam is, I think I put that on the top of my tier list because it's the, I felt like it was the best weapon you could buy consistently. Well, consistently the best weapon that you could buy. Although flak is close to it. Never surrender crew slabbers. Silly device is here to bless our run. Thank you for the blessing, silly device. You have blessed us. I can cloak the bomb if I want to. I will. I will. Hashtag Rifters. Another one of those slow rider Easter eggs that I have no idea what it means. That's probably a reference to Casual Adventures or something. Alright, one more jump in the store, then we do whatever upgrades we can afford. God, this frickin' ship is just gorgeous. The actual physical model of it is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, I say. Someone went full pro on the doors layout. This is a slow rider build right here. Zoltan on shields. But it's my fan. I've been renaming, but it is late and it is my fan, so I don't wanna kick my fan out. Sorry. He's a special special Zoltan. There is stealth weapons if I wanted to go with that. Not only that, but the Zoltan on shield has his own shield. That's right. Shieldception. Man, Advanced FTL navigation is actually so good I didn't even want to sell it for stealth weapons. So let's get, what do I want? What are the last upgrades I want? 5th dodge, 4th shield, and then value points are the main things. I do need a little bit more power. Yes, much love to my fan. The guy that I got rid of in my run, in my, into the breach runs that I feel like was the biggest mistake I made. People are like, you should change it up and get somebody else. And I immediately regret that decision. And shouldn't have done that. No love for sensors. No love. No love. We have a slug. You didn't realize advanced FTL navigation was good, but I normally want to avoid revisiting locations. Well, there's two parts to this, Hecataurus. This is a modded version, and in this version, advanced FTL navigation shows you the entire sector, all the ship fights. So it's a better, in this mod, it is a better long-range scanners. However, advanced FTL navigation actually shows its best value in vanilla in Sector 8, where you can find a store, jump to the base, and then jump back and forth from the store no matter how far away it is. So there's kind of two reasons why it's actually good here. For one thing, it's better than vanilla, and another thing, we're about to hit Sector 8 where it shows its quality. It makes it safer for you to jump straight to the exit beacon, and then you can start jumping all over Sector 8 and get more score farming, which is the strat we learned from Retreat in, you know, our tournament thing. The person who won the tournament. All right, we unlocked the Type C. Beautimus. We'll be playing that next week. Burst Laser 2, I mean, you're good. But you're no Flak Pulse Laser Spectrum Beam good. Is it? It might be better than vanilla, but is it better than chocolate? No. Nothing's better than chocolate. But is it better than a churro? That's the real question, Shogi. And I don't know the answer to that. What about a chocolate churro? That sounds pretty good. Cinnamon and chocolate go... Have I had much where cinnamon and chocolate go together? I'm trying to remember. Cinnamon and caramel, yes. Cinnamon and chocolate, is that good? Only God knows the answer to that question. I missed the change to Sector 8 entry stuff. You finally added variable text depending on what ship you're flying. Oh. Oh, well, sorry. Remind me next time to do that. So it's different text depending on the ship you're flying, huh? That's value point. I'd actually want... Yeah, even more there. Sector 8 store. Oh, you're going to tell me what it is. So for this ship, it says this. Despite the Federation markings, you detect a brief weapon signature, but it quickly dies down. Admiral Tully speaks. Who are you? Your ship bears Federation colors, but we don't have a ship like that in our fleet. Try your best to explain yourselves without mentioning anything to do with time travel. Thankfully, they seem to believe you. Nice. Nice. I feel like you write really well thought out, proper English, you know, grammar Nazi approved text that lives in the Tom, what's his face, style of less is more. Tells the story without being a ridiculous wall of text. Jeez, I mean, that's great and all. What is that? Having enemy drone capacity. Wow, that's pretty good. Really good for the drone phase, but I don't have room for it. And again, I really like all the augments that I have, so. You're pretty sure the 13th and 14th commandments are, thou shalt eat much chocolate, and thou shalt never drop a churro. Alright, I will try to live by those commandments. Alright, 2 power. That gives me defense drone, I can back up battery, anti-drone. Or the other way around. Is that a kettle and cookie oven in my room? Now that's a good design. Yeah, that's what's on the wall there. I can see it. Totally. We're making cookies and churros. Churro cookies. I would eat those. I would definitely eat those. Subnautica music. Or Subnautica sounding music. What's up, Niguri? Here, right for the grand finale. Alright, so we go here, and we go back wherever we want. At any point, we're safe to jump back to the base, so I don't care about repair. All I care about is as much scrap as possible. Churro cookies? Chookies? Yeah, chookies! You know what? I could totally see chookies being something you buy at the store. Keebler Chookies. Churro cookies. Cinnamon soft, delicious chocolate cookies. Couldn't join my stream earlier because you were in Berlin for a week. Ah, okay. Well, I hope you're having a good time in Berlin. Alright, so what do I want to do here? Level 3 mind control could help with crew killing. Backup battery to get the level 3 mind control and the anti-drone. The worst hack would be a weapon hack on the boss fight. Oh, well, delete that thing, I guess. Alright, kill all your friends. All of them. One level 3 mind-controlled human versus all of the other humans. Who wins? Now they have a heal base, so he's not going to kill them all. Alright. Well, maybe it's a good thing I can't get any more there, because that gets us back here and maybe gets us a repair after phase 1. So 41 scrap gets me... Get the level 2 sensor value. And then maybe we can get power, an extra power for the next phase. Glad to see the usual crew on board, you know it. Always silly device, and sometimes others. Alright, do I let the defense drone through? I can jump away, so yes, I will let it through. I mean hacking. Did I say defense drone? I meant hacking drone through. Kill that guy. Okay, let's do this. Let's change Spectrum Beam to Fire Beam. Okay. Cloak the missile. You're not supposed to block it with your face, defense drone. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm going to aim these before the cloaking comes back up. The beam. If I aim the beam before the cloaking comes back up, it comes up. There we go. Oh, that is no shields for us. What if I overclock? No, that's just a shield, not extra power. Oh, nice. The cloaking went off and immediately came back on. Right, if I want to actually crew kill, I need to kill his clone bay and get more fires. Okay. There we go, there we go. I need my mic control to come up. No repairing that. Not allowed. Beautiful. That was a weird lag. See if I can get the missile offline here while we wait for people to burn. Will the people burn before the ship burns? That's the question. I don't know if I've gotten any crew kills yet. They're all low. Okay, maybe if I wait on my mic control guy to get some finished off some dudes. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. Missile. The ship might burn down before I get any more crew kills. Pop it. Pop it. There it is. Alright, fine. Just finish it. Actually. Who can I pull them into? This guy, maybe? Yeah! Murder them all! Kill them all! One at a time. Here they come. There it is. I And those guys aren't going to show up, I guess. Oh, there they go. 1, 2. Oh! Something burned down, but that was good crew kills. That was good crew kills. I'll take it. Way to go, fire beams. So, next phase, drone boarding phase. We'll start with the power. And then we'll swap to fire if we want to. I don't know if we'll want to do that or not. I just need powers. Mainly what I need, because we want anti-drone for phase 2. That. Okay. We can even get... Nice! We can even get the repair. We can go to the store. Not that going to the store does us any good. Can I jump there and then there? I don't really want to do any more of those fights. We're maxed on power, aren't we? Yeah, I can get literally nothing else power-wise. So let's get value point and drone control, I guess. Have I been watching the new Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings? No, I'm not interested in Game of Thrones because I never watched that. But the Lord of the Rings, I need to. What's so ridiculous to me is, like, all of the, like the, with the, you know, there being black hobbits and now a black Little Mermaid. Everybody's up in arms about all that stuff. It's like, why does that even matter to you? I don't understand why that even matters. It's like, is it good? Is the story good? Are the characters good? Are the actors doing a good job? Oh my god, we've almost one-shot this guy. But I do need to watch the Lord of the Rings thing. I don't know if it's any good, because all I've heard is that's what people are talking about. You don't think either of them are any good, Night Guri? I haven't watched them, so I don't know myself. 24. Man, one scrap of getting swiggity swag sensors. The show was good. The Hobbits fit in fine. I need to watch it. I definitely need to. I can't remember if we need anti-drone for the final phase, actually. You've been watching both, mainly because your family is? I bet Shogi is. Shogi watches everything, so Shogi probably knows about that. Okay, so it doesn't look like I need anti-drone. Okay. Okay, good. You are my expert anti-border person. No, we are definitely cloaking the missile. Well, damn it. They dodged the perfect amount to not do any good work. Stop that. So can I have dodges? I can has dodges, please? Nice. Okay, that's awesome. Damn, no damageless boss fight though. No drones for you. I'm gonna use the Mitral offensively because I'm taking theirs offline. Alright, 2 damage boss fight looks like what we're gonna have here. Perfect timing there. They are Harfoots, predecessors to the Hobbits. Oh, is that what they are? Okay. So they're like, they're the ancestors, the what came before. They're very hammy in the LOTR show. Hammy? I don't know what hammy means. The dialogues are questionable. Game of Thrones prequel is fine, probably better than Game of Thrones, to be honest. Okay, that's a pretty low bar. You have hopes for the Game of Thrones prequel since Benioff and Weiss aren't involved to ruin it? I'm going to heal you, psych. I'm going to kill you, yes. Let's check the score. 61-68. What an OP ship. Well, I can't say anything because I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but I will never say positive things since I hated the book so much. But I thought the OG Game of Thrones everybody loved until the last season. That's what I thought it was, so... Sauron looks a lot different. Well, yeah, the thing with Sauron is, like, he was, some sort of demigod type dude, right? So it's before he, like, turns himself into whatever god he wants to be. I hated the books of Game of Thrones. Yes, I read sci-fi fantasy constantly. Like, almost any famous author who's written sci-fi fantasy, I've read at least one, if not all of their books. And I despise the style of writing of George R.R. Martin because his style of writing is any character who has a slightly redeemable quality, kill them as quick as possible. And I hate that. It's like he's trying to say, gotcha, to his readers. And I hate that style of writing. So, I am a nerd. I'm a huge sci-fi fantasy nerd. And it seems to me like George R.R. Martin is just, I don't know, man. I do not like his style of writing. I read sci-fi fantasy to escape into a world of magic and adventure. And if all you're doing is killing off any character that I could slightly like, then I don't want to read your books. So, do I read Stephen King? I have read the Stephen King, Shogi's favorite books ever, I think, or whatever the Stephen King sci-fi fantasy books are. I don't love them because Stephen King likes to write weird sexual stuff in all his books. But I read them. And the story was pretty good. The characters are fine. A little dark for my taste, but they're good. My favorite authors are Brandon Sanderson. I've been reading a lot of L.E. Modisette recently. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he writes all the Imager books and the Chaos Magic, not Chaos, so Order Mage books and all that kind of stuff. Have I read Midkemia? Is that an author? I've not heard of that. All of Steven Erikson, the guy who did all the epic fantasy, what is it called? Malazan Books of the Fallen. All the Stories of the Wind or whatever. I forget who. There's only like 2 of those though. LOTR is your favorite. Your second favorite is Dark Tower. That's the one. You got Rand to read it. You were appreciative that he did, even though it was not his style. And I thought it was good, but again, it's just... maybe I'm softcore when it comes to sci-fi fantasy, but if there's a lot of torture or a lot of weird sexual stuff or a lot of weird I'm gonna kill everybody or do really graphic violence, I don't like that in my movies. I don't like it in my books. There's some stuff lopping off heads and people fighting in battles I'm fine with, but you know, if they're torturing people and doing horrible things and cutting off limbs to cause pain, you know, some of that stuff is a little harsh to me. But I haven't read Midkemia. Maybe I'll have to. Midkemia by Raymond Feist. I have read some of Raymond Feist stuff. Rift War Cycle. Is that what that sounds familiar. Maybe I have. Petition for Rand to have a stream slot where he just rants about sci-fi fantasy books. Well, I mean, I got 30 minutes now. I could talk about sci-fi fantasy for hours. The current sci-fi fantasy I'm reading is L.E. Modissette's series, The Spell Song Cycle, I think it's called. It's interesting that I'd never heard of it before, but it's basically about women who sing, and that's the magic in their world. They sing songs and play music and create magic with spell music, song music. Old Star Wars books? Yes. Here, I'm going to change screens because... Thanks for the FTL stuff. We're going to be done with FTL. Awesome ship from SMPK Insurrection Slow Rider. I'm going to go to the chat scene as we talk about books the rest of the stream, though. Awesome to all the people who create ships. My favorite are the Timothy Zahn books, if you're talking about the extended universe stuff. Timothy Zahn did the Thrawn cycle and... the Thrawn trilogy, and then did a second Thrawn trilogy later. So, I don't recommend the entirety of Rift War Cycle, but the original, as well as the Empire trilogy, written to Janny Wirtz. I've read Janny Wirtz. I'm trying to remember if I've read that. I kind of have read so much that sometimes I forget what I've read. Timothy Zahn. I'll show you right now. Go to Amazon, amazon.com. Timothy Zahn, the Thrawn. Timothy Zahn, Star Wars. Heir to the Empire, Star Wars Legends. I think that's the original one. This, if you ever watch, I never watched Star Wars Clone Wars, but apparently Admiral Thrawn is a bad guy in it, and Timothy Zahn wrote him, created that character. Oh, you were making a joke. Sorry. Okay. Well, okay, whatever. Heir of the Empire, yeah, was great. Have I heard of any of Howard P? Blonde Hurricane, Lost Battleship, Found Battleship. No, I've not read any of that. Never read comics, not for years. I read X-Men comics when I was in like high school. Name of the Wind, Patrick Rothfuss. That was what I was trying to think of earlier. I think there's only 2 books in that series, right? The second installment was a huge disappointment. I thought the second book was not nearly as good as the first, and I didn't quite understand why the first was as popular as it was. I thought The Name of the Wind was quite good, but like one really good fantasy book to me is like, it's like a one-hit wonder songwriter, you know? It's like, well, that's cool, but is that all you got, you know? And it's probably hard to write books and create songs that are that catchy, but I never thought that it was the best things ever. But Malazan Book of the Fallen. Who's that? Steven Erikson, I think. Malazan Book of the Fallen. Steven Erikson, yeah. This is another great series this is kind of on the edge of too dark and too torture-y, and because there's some really kind of nasty stuff in this series, but it's so epic, and there's so many amazing characters that it's a series I've read through at least 2 or 3 times. The third book of Name of the Wind will come out the same time as the Song of Ice and Fire book. Never, yeah. I think the issue with the sequel is The Name of the Wind is all about subverting the concept of legends, while the sequel plays it straight. First book's about how Kvothe did things that were blown into legend, but in the second he becomes a genuinely legendary figure. I guess so. Stan is Law Lem. What is that? Stan is Law. Oh, I'm showing you something and not showing it. Malazan Book of the Fallen here. Gardens of the Moon is the first book of that series. Stan is Law Lem. What is that? Oh, that's an author. Okay. Cyberiad. I'll be honest, I say sci-fi fantasy, but I'm much more into the fantasy. Like the epic fantasy, the sword and magic fantasy, and this looks a lot more, you know, science fiction side. So I'm definitely on the fantasy end of the sci-fi spectrum. Skullduggery Pleasant. Have I heard of those? Skullduggery Pleasant. No, I never read those. I'll be honest, I'm also not a lot into, what is that guy? Magic Kingdom for Sale Sold? That author. I forget that author. It's kind of more absurdity. Like my first, apart from Lord of the Rings, my first intro into the fantasy world was Elfstones of Shannara. Terry Brooks. This was kind of my first, like, really get into fantasy type stuff. Terry Brooks. So, that kind of, you know, elves and magic and epic quests. And, you know, my favorite character in all the Shannara books was a character called Garrett Jax, because he was called the Weapons Master, who could pick up any weapon and beat up anybody with it. I love that kind of stuff. The Shannara books were good. The Bene Gesserit was nice too. I don't think I read that. Sci-fi author of choice is A.E. Van Vogt. Okay. It's funny using Amazon to shop books, which is what the site was started for. Yeah, my first electronic thing was an actual old-style Kindle, which was not a phone. It was just to read books on it. What are you saying? Belgariad? I don't think I've seen that. Belgariad. David Eddings? That name sounds familiar. I wonder if I've read that. Magician's Gambit. I think I might have read that. Who's the main character in that? Fierce dispute among the gods, left a powerful orb, leaves the world divided into 5 kingdoms. Young Geryon. Ant Pole. Elderly man calling himself Wolf. I don't know if I've read that. His name sounds familiar. Books you recommend are comedy, adventure filled with humor. Oh, those are fun. I sometimes like those. I like the epic fantasy. Epic fantasy is definitely my genre of choice. I find a lot of... One thing I get into on, speaking of Amazon Kindle, is Amazon Kindle... I don't know if they still have as many of these, because you can't buy through your Kindle on your phone anymore. The app has changed where you have to buy it on Amazon, and that'll deliver to your phone. I don't know why they do that. But they have... There's a genre called... what is it called? Aileron Kong is the creator of Lit RPG, which is basically a whole genre now that is fantasy set in video game RPGs. It's like D&D writing, but writing for books. So if you want a nice light fantasy read, look up the Land series by Aileron. That's literally what you said. Yes, I've read these. I don't know if I've read the latest. I don't love his. I've actually liked other lit RPG things, but it's fun. Peter Beagle? Who's Peter Beagle? Peter Beagle. Peter Beagle? How do you spell that? B-E-A-G-L-E? The Last Unicorn? I don't know. If it's all about like dragons or unicorns, I'm usually not into that kind of stuff. Unicorn. I've not read any unicorn fantasy. I've read plenty of dragon fantasy. You read a ton of urban fantasy, and high fantasy is different than anything else. Most famous for The Last Unicorn. Look up... What are you telling me, Night Guri? Look it up. Look up what? I don't think you've told me an author or a book. Have you? I don't think you just said the type of genre. Tamsin is about a girl and a ghost. Yeah. I mean, I might have to put some of these on my wish list or something. Lost Battleship. When you say comedy, do you mean, is it like Lost Battleship? What's the guy who the movie came out, the British guy, and he Hitchhiker's Guide? Is it like Hitchhiker's Guide type stuff? Lost Battleship. These are not rated very highly. William Evner? Oh, is it this Dirty Fred? Bill Peter Beagle gets dismissed so easily because people have this preconception of what his writing is about, because Unicorn seems as kitschy. Last Unicorn is one of the best fantasy stories of all time. It's about mortality and what makes us human. I might read it. The first one, Lost Battleship, eh? Dirty Fred and a group of happy scoundrels borrow it to rescue Tom Levin. This looks like kind of modern day fantasy stuff. What did you say? Last Unicorn? Let me at least look at the synopsis. Last Unicorn, so I don't write it off. I mean, it just looks like kid. Like, to me, cover art of sci-fi fantasy is so important. Because if it looks like a kid's book, adults are probably not going to read it. Let's see. Unicorn lived in a lion-like wood. She lived all alone. She ventured out from the safety of the enchanted forest on a quest for others of kind. Along the way by the bumbling magician Schmendrick, the indomitable Molly grew. Unicorn learns about the joys and sorrows of life and love before being her destiny and castle of a despondent monarch, confronting the creature that would drive her kind to extinction. I mean, even reading the synopsis sounds like a kid's book to me. So you love the background FTL music. But maybe it's less kid than it sounds like, but... Have I read The King Star by Charles R. Pellegrino? Yeah, Killing Star. I don't think so. Killing Star. Killing Star. Pellegrino. What is this? And you all love your sci-fi stuff. I'm telling you, I like fantasy. I'll every once in a while read sci-fi. No, I haven't read that. It's kind of scarce nowadays. Yeah, it looks old. It's like a lot of classic stuff. Well, my friends, it's been fun talking about books, but I do gotta get going because I gotta work out and get some dinner and stuff. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Talking about books is always a blast too. But we'll play some Invisible Ink tomorrow, and then of course FTL Hard No Pause on Wednesday. And if you all think of other good books I should read, let me know. I'll have to start creating a wish list of books, a Twitch wish list. Twitch wish list? Perfect for Halloween, a witch list. Where I can maybe read some of these books y'all are recommending. But as I always say, thank you for all support, bits, follow, subs, give subs, lurking, hanging out, making ships, all that awesome stuff. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Peace out. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Later, my friends.